Professor Worgley is here. Now, before we go back to the slides, let's take a look at number 2, OrderMatters.html. So I'm going to switch to the next file, OrderMatters. We're going to take a look at an example here. Now, here you're going to see I have a script tag inside the head section. I'm calling document.getElementById. I'm looking for animate me. If I scroll down, you'll see I have a div inside the body with an ID called animate me. So I'm looking for this div. And you'll see I can actually store that in a variable. So var is a way to create a variable called box. And whatever I grab, if there's an element with ID equal to animate me, whatever I grab is going to be stored in this variable. Now, before we do anything, let's print out this variable. So we saw how we can do a console log. We can also do console.dir, which is going to be directory. So we're going to print out box. And let's see what we have before we start modifying it. So if I refresh, you're going to see that I actually have null here. There's nothing there. So let's say I try to change this element. So let's say I do box.style.background color. Okay, background color in JavaScript is a little bit different than CSS. In CSS, it would be background dash color. Here it's just background color. And I'm going to set this equal to green. Okay, now if I refresh the page, it's orange here. Technically, it should be set to green. But you'll see here, cannot read property style of null. I'm trying to print out box. Box is actually null. So when I try to access the style of box, I'm going to get an error. And you can see that error in the console. So every time I write JavaScript, I usually have the console open so I can see what's going on with my JavaScript. If I have errors, it's going to be displayed in the console. Now, why didn't this work? Okay, this is a common error I see with students. And let's write a note so we don't produce this error in the future. Remember, this will not work because the DOM has not loaded at this point. HTML starts from the top. It goes line by line. So it's going to start up here at the doc type. It's going to load the HTML tag. It's going to load the head. It's going to set the character set. It's going to set the title. It's going to link my external CSS. It's going to load this script. It's going to look for a document called getElementById. But we've just went through the execution flow. I don't have an element with ID equal to animate me. So when I try to store it to box and print it out, it's null. So when I try to change the style to green, there is no style because box is null. And it's going to come down to the body. It's going to load this script. And it's going to load the div with ID animate me. And then it's going to load this script. So in this case, the script tag is loaded first. There is no element with ID equal to animate me. So box will be null and I'm not able to change the style. So order matters in this case. I cannot change the HTML contents until the DOM has finished loading. But what happens if I put the script at the top of the body? We'll look at this in the next video.